Hey. This is Individual Perspective Podcast. I am Daris D. McKinney, and I'm your host. And I know you like it's like, who is this guy? And he's got no subscribers and he's got no viewership. Who is he posting these podcasts? I did the bulk of my work on actually Rumble, and then I decided, I think I'm out of the loop of even the podcast where I want to get our viewers up and get people to pay attention to us leading to the actual presidential election, because we're going to do like a 24-hour coverage of it, or at least 18 hours of coverage of it. And I would like to have an audience base there when we kind of do it. So how you guys doing? Yeah, I know. It's when you come on here, you have to have an agenda, but what is your agenda? What is your agenda? The election? And what is the election? What is this 2024 election about? I don't even know anymore. I have no idea. It's two people that I think that have a voice on. If I'm gonna be straight. Who I'm voting for? I'm voting for Donald J. Trump as president. I understand if you're voting for... No, I don't. If you're voting for Kamala, I know that is because she's a woman. That's the only reason why you're voting for her. Don't act like it's something else, and that you need us to go over whose policies are better. Come on, y'all. Just say it. You're voting for her because she's a woman. Because you're a one voter issue person, don't make it seem like we're wrong that you're one voter issue person. It's just the way it is. So I think the title of this episode is Objective Mindset is an Unmerciful Perspective. And what do I mean by that? Objective mindset is an unmerciful perspective. And what do I mean by that? I think most of us have objective mindset, because we look at people and we judge them, and we may have a perception of somebody or worth, or how we value someone, or what we think of that person in our mechanisms, self-mechanism, protection mechanisms, or whatever may pop up, or how you evaluate the person that's in front of you. And I think that kind of lets you know that you're being very brutal and honest about what you perceive this situation, or who this person is, or what they're saying, or even what's best for you. So in that structure, I wanted to let people understand that when I think you hear people say, "Oh, this election is the last of the Mohican. It's the last of the most important election ever, and it's historical value, and it means everything to our country." I don't think people give a shit if it means anything to our country, or what the value of our country is, and what it's like. I think black people are so like brain dead in a way, and that's my people. I'm a black man. But I think we're so brain dead that we think it's something special that we were enslaved in America to build this country, or start the economic structure, or the barter trade structure, or the economical structure of this country, and we were enslaved in here to do that. I think we think that is something special. It's like everything hinges on what happened to us in slavery. And it's because you guys don't read, you don't do your research, you don't do historical just valuation of the human condition. And if you kind of research humanity, research the cause and effect of the sun coming up and the sun going down, rain, growth of a plant or a tree. If you do the most basic I know I'm kind of chopping it up, but I'm really saying this to you guys. If you do the most basic objective analysis of life, not your life, not your race life, not culture life, not America life, just life, period. And you take it backwards, you'll find out how irrelevant you are and how unspecial you are to the trials and tribulations of life and the devastation of life. Like, it has crossed paths in Asia, hardcore, millions of people. You know, it's in the European world, the Middle East world, Persia. Like, come on, y'all. It's too. I don't even have to go through the details of this. You're not special. American slavery is not special. Yes, absolutely. Give credit to your ancestors or your great grandfather and your grandfather for making a way where we could be on podcasts, you know, doing video podcasts. Podcast was built only to be an audio forum, you know, for people to kind of listen and jog and kind of while they're doing their work or whatever they're doing, they're kind of listening to politics or someone's personal perspective on something like that. And if we all could kind of get a little audience, then that's who we're communicating to, our point of views on things. And if it's somewhat monetizable, that's a icing on the cake and everything like that. But the truth of the matter is, the point of it is to get an audio form of you communicating your value to the audience. Okay? But what we have here now? What we have here, you got a bunch of people making a ton of money, bloviating, talking about social dynamics, relationships, politics, money, and growth-wise, leveling up, and the diametric differences between men and women, and how you need to have your mindset. Are you an alpha? Are you a beta? Are you a loser? Are you a winner? Are you a sheep or you're a wolf? You know, like, and then you gotta ask yourself, like, okay, what has all this got us to? What has this got us to? Look at, let's just go 2020 to now. What has this got us to? The conversation table has been open. It's been open now. Men are not there. I'm gonna state this because to make this clear. Men have communicated in the last 4 years more than they ever have in the last 40 years. Men have decided, and I put myself in that equation also. We have decided to let the voice of women elevate and communicate their will, what they feel like, how society should be and everything like that, to give more honor and ethical and protection to it. Men threaten other men to allow women to have a voice, have a place in this economic structure, in this world, or anything. Otherwise, you'll have men dominating, and it'll be a chauvinist, masculine, dominant world. Like it always was. It always was. We got 40, 50 years of this pussy stuff coming from men. Excuse my language. I know. I'm 12 minutes in and I'm using profanity like that, but I couldn't come up with something more. I'm hitting my mic. Sorry about that. I couldn't come up with something more legitimate than to use the P word, okay? But we did it. We did it. You can never say that you don't got a decades that men have make sure I want to say this word right. Give subservience to women. Like subdue themselves to elevate women's thought process, women's mindsets, what women's valuation of themselves is, and where they want to go and how they want to go and what part they want to play in society. You cannot have two people. Let's just say two people. You can't have two people going for the same exact thing and partnering with each other. No, somebody has to subdue. Somebody has to be a subservient to the other person, vice versa, whatever. Somebody has to be the co-pilot. Somebody has to be the helper. Somebody has to be the actual addition. So in order for you to elevate women, you have to subdue the men. Men have to subdue themselves. So other men have occupied their time suppressing other men. That's what our society was for 40, 50 years, y'all. Now, I wouldn't even say it's an issue if we didn't have women bitching and moaning about it. They're pissed. They're out there yelling and bitching and moaning and calling they man out and all that stuff like that. You soft. You ain't no man. You ain't masculine for me. You ain't dominant enough. You ain't a breadwinner. You ain't bringing home the bacon. You ain't a provider. You ain't this. You ain't that. I ain't having no kids because why am I have kids and I can do bad by myself? This is our culture for the last 40, 50 years, y'all. And we got the nerve to go to the ballot box when Kamala, Joe Biden, President Obama has decided to make everything of now about men versus women. And I have to say women versus men, because men, we are a shell of ourselves. Shell of our value. It's no way we're supposed to be this submissive. Yeah, look, man, I'm telling you, it took me a long time to even kind of see that the stuff that was in my head, the things how I really think, and I was saying at dinner, I was saying that around my friends and family and everything like that, I would communicate it very heavily. You know? So hold on a second. I'm froze. Am I froze? Hold on a second. Am I froze? Yep, I'm froze. That is weird. Sorry about that, guys. That's weird.
This is by no means normal. The trends are generally in our favor right now. And let's put up that.
Wow. I got a major freeze going on here, guys. It's not even like that on my my bandwidth looks good. Everything looks good. Sorry about that. I'm having streaming issues, man. Oh. Give me 1 second. Let me try to correct this a little bit. Find out how to solve this real quick. Wow, that is interesting. Wow.